All right, we're going to talk about the Ford Super Dirty Series F250, 350, 450, etc. And these camera systems on the 360 camera. There's already a couple videos out there talking about how to replace the front camera, the tailgate camera, and the camera in the taillight. But today I'm going to show you how to replace the camera in the side mirrors. These are having the same problem with the fogging of the lenses, just like the other three cameras. They're not really hard to replace, but nobody's got a video out there, so I decided to go ahead and put one in. You can see in this one the lens is all fogged up, just like the lenses in the other cameras. The part you're going to need is this one right here, HC3Z-19G490-U. This is the camera for the side mirror. I'll put a link out to where I bought these. But when you open these up, you can see really quickly the difference between them in the clearness of the lens. You know, the one here on the right is obviously, you know, clean and clear, where the one here on the left is all fogged up. So we're going to replace these lenses on these cameras. I've already done the one side to figure out how to do it. What you're going to need, really simple, just a metal magnetic tray to catch for the screws. You're going to want a trim tool remover. You can use a screwdriver, but I recommend a trim tool. A flat head screwdriver, a Phillips screwdriver, and a 10mm bit. You can use a impact driver or just a regular socket and wrench. All right, the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to roll down your window. The next thing you want to do is grab this piece of trim, and it will come off pretty easily. Just gotta give it a little bit of a pull, and it'll pop right off. Nothing won't get broken. The next thing you want to do is unplug your camera harness or your mirror harness, and then this is the harness for your camera. Unplug those and then pop it off of the wire retainer off the nut. Just kind of tuck them out of the way. Now there are 4 screws or 4 bolts you have to pull out on these. You got 2 back here, and then these 2 nuts here. So 2 nuts, 2 bolts. I'm going to take the bolts out first. Now there are clips that hold this in, so the mirror's not just going to fall, and they're a little bit of a pain to actually pull off. So come out here, get a good handle on it, and just give it a good pull, and it will eventually just pop right off. All right. Now, once you get the mirror, you're going to want to take off this protective boot. Just put it up out of the way. And then the next thing you're going to want to do is right here underneath this black cover on the inside, there's a couple retaining clips. Just need to get one. Start it with your screwdriver. Pull it, you're going to get on it, you're going to pull it back towards you, and then with your trim tool, just get in there and pop it out like that. No big deal. One thing you're going to want to do with these is just kind of bend them back a little bit. Be very careful. You don't want to break them, but bend them back so they'll clip right back in and retain when you put it back on. Now, the next thing you need to do is there are 2 screws that hold the camera on, and then you got the harness. So what I do is first is Just use my screwdriver, push in the clip, get it loose, and pop it out. Take out the 2 Phillips screws that hold the camera housing in. And then the camera and its housing come out. Now, the camera has to go back in this housing. So take your flathead screwdriver and just pop on this clip, pop it out, and then the housing will open right up. Pop out your old camera, take your new camera, pop it right in place, and then just reseal and reclip the housing. All right, next you're going to want to put the camera back in place. You'll see there's a little tab here that this rests on. Put your screws back in place. Next, put your harness back in place. Make sure it clicks in. And then last but not least, start with the camera side and just clip it in. And now your camera's replaced. Now put your weather boot back on. Again, there's clips in here. I like to grab one of the nuts when I do this, so when I put it back in I can put a nut on it. There we go. Alright, and then just put one of the nuts on here just to hold it in place before you let it go. Alright, get your nuts or your washers and nut combination started. Put your bolts back in, get them started. Go ahead and tighten them down. You need to overly crank them, but you want to make sure they're tight. Put your wiring harness back on the screw thread. Make sure your clip is up. That's your camera. Reinstall your wiring harness. Reinstall your clip. And now your side cameras for BLIS are replaced. That's it. All right, I just got done replacing all the cameras on the truck. Like I said, I'm gonna give you the links to the folks that have already done videos on replacing the camera in the front, in the grill, in the tailgate, and in the rear taillight assembly. I've done the cameras on the side mirrors. Now I'm running a NAT-TV 50, so my buttons are going to operate a little bit differently than the buttons will operate on your truck if you just have a stock Sing 3 system. I have, like I said, I have this NAT-50 by NAT-TV. Those guys are great. Product works great. But we'll just go over the cameras real quick to show you how much clearer these things are. This nav system that I have enables the side cameras for when you're turning. So when I turn on the left turn signal, the cameras will pop and shift to the left, and the camera, if I did the same thing for the right, the camera will pop up and shift to the right. You see how clear, crystal clear those cameras are. Those were very fuzzy and hazy, especially at night driving. This is great. This system's great for when you're traveling and you're pulling a trailer. It gives you another line of sight before you change lanes. But you can see the side cameras are nice and clear. The rear camera, they're a little dirty from the salt on the road, but you can see again they're clear. No more fog or haze on them at all. You can see, you know, the 360 panorama. Everything looks good, including the camera on the rear. Now if I double click this, it enables the front cameras using the NAT-TV device. And again, you can see the front's nice and clear all the way around. The camera for parking, your 360 camera is all clear. If I go to the front camera, you know, just a nice clear view. Everything is restored to, you know, what it was from the factory, and the panorama is nice as well. So again, can't recommend highly enough to replace these cameras after they fogged. It is a safety issue, and with these big power stroke trucks, you know, I've got an F350 long bed dually, and having those cameras clear is a big deal when you're pulling trailers, backing up, or even just pulling into a parking lot. So quick, easy to do, 20 minutes or so to replace each side mirror, less than an hour altogether. It took me 30 minutes to do the front camera, about 30 minutes to do the back two cameras, 30 minutes on the tailgate, and about 15 minutes on the one up in your back, your rear brake light on your cap. So these cameras are expensive to replace all 5 of them. It's about $1,300. I don't know why Ford hasn't done a recall on these, but you know, if you have to replace all 5 of them and you're out of warranty, it's not cheap. Thanks for watching. If you got some time, please hit the subscribe button below.